everyone, it's Megan from H&H, and I'm here with Jen. And Heather's away on a few days well-deserved rest. So as we close out the summer, even though it's not officially fall until September 22nd, it still feels like fall. My son went back to school yesterday, so he feels like it's fall. And so we were talking about at Heroes and Heartbreakers about the best book we read this summer. And we had some really great comments on the site, and I wanted to share my, I guess, two best books I've read this summer. The first one is actually not a romance. It's Danielle O'Malley's The Rook, and it's the first in a series, and it's like a paranormal MI5. It's got a lot of wit, it's got a lot of danger. The heroine is totally likable and amazing, and I actually laughed out loud probably about 10 times in the course of reading the book, which is pretty remarkable. And I didn't even notice it or mind that there wasn't a romance in it, which, again, is remarkable for me, because, given what I read most of the time. The other book I loved the most was Kylie Scott's Lead. I just was blown away by that book and just loved the voice and loved the characters. And I went back and read the first book in the series, I think it's Lick, and I liked it fine, but it just didn't compare for me compared to Lead, which I thought was tremendous, and I'm really excited to go catch up and read Play and then wait for Ben's book. Jen, what did you think were the best books you read this summer?
Well, for me, so Kylie Scott's Lead is new adult, I think. They're about in the right age range for that. And for me, new adult kind of reigned supreme this summer. I discovered Jay Crownover. I had always kind of seen her books floating around. She does, like, it's called the Marked Men series, and it's all about tattooed bad boys and good guys, but a lot of bad boys. And so I actually read the third or fourth in the series first, which I know some people, that's like a no-no for them, but for me it was fine, and I actually loved it. So that was Nash by Jay Crownover was a big one. Also, probably one of my favorites was one that I was highly recommended by actually you, Megan, and a few other bloggers.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you give me some great recommendations, but I have it here. It is The Winter King by C.L. Wilson. We just happen to have a copy around the office. But I was, again, blown away by it. I started out, my reading was kind of born out of fantasy, and so I loved having this fantasy romance that really is a fantasy romance rather than a fantasy with romance elements. I don't think that's something you find very often, and especially now with paranormal kind of trailing off as far as the number of books that are put out for paranormal readers. Also, this isn't a summer book yet. It'll be a fall book, but I was able to get a copy of Echoes of Scotland Street that I just finished right under the wire in August. It's the latest by Samantha Young, and it was amazing. So she continues to be a really consistent author for me, and I love it.
And then we had, I think Jen said that there are some comments that all mentioned Catherine Mann's Shelter.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, this was featured in Morning Coffee earlier in the week, and a lot of people chimed in with Shelter Me by Catherine Mann, which I have an arc here from, but we'll show you the actual cover. It's much better than the plain back. A lot of people chimed in, and actually Catherine Mann chimed into the comments, so she was very pleased with the praise. And then there was another one, The Captive by Grace Burrows, Carolina Man by Virginia Contra. There are a lot of reading recommendations for people who are looking for now their new favorite fall book. So yeah, a lot of great comments and a lot of great input there in the comments too.
And we're all really looking forward to reading some great books in the fall, including books that we're lucky enough to have read already.
Yes.
That are coming out this fall. Actually, one of my favorites is the K.J. Charles, the last in the Magpie Lord series. Or actually, I don't think it's the last. I think she's extending the series. But oh my God, what an amazing series! And that comes out, I think, in October. We'll have coverage of it then. Mm-hmm. So meanwhile, we want to say thanks for joining us, and go find the post about your favorite summer reads. Join in, or let us know what you think about any of the stuff we've said.
Yeah, and we'll actually have that down in the links in our YouTube video, and then we will have a fall must list that we talked about last week. So chime in for all of those too and see what you'll be adding to your TBR pile. So yeah, thanks for being here, guys. Bye.
Bye.